when Sex and the City rebooted back in 2021 and just like that, it came with a promise to patch up the show's terrible record when it comes to LGBTQ plus representation. Every queer person remembers wincing when Carrie Bradshaw, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, claimed in the original series that she wasn't even sure bisexuality existed. Sadly for fans, that representation came in the form of a brand new non-binary character, Che Diaz, played by non-binary actor Sarah Ramirez. While we're always here for a bit of non-binary representation on TV, Che has become one of the show's most disliked characters ever for publicly humiliating ex-girlfriend Miranda Hobbs. And just like that, fans are disgusted. I never liked her. I'm just saying. What are we all talking about? Yeah, let's unpack this shit right now, Cal, because you know that you and me always fight about this stupid show.
And for the record, yes, you have said that how much you don't like her. So that it is true. Faye does not like Che Diaz at all.
I don't. I don't like her character.
I think she's a bad representation of the lesbian community.
But she's not a lesbian. Sure. She's non-binary.
But I mean, like, but that's, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
no, Miranda's our great representation of lesbian.
Yeah, but overall, like, I love the show. Like, I love the fact that it rebooted because it's for a different generation. I love the fact that there's so much more diversity now, new friends that have entered, new storylines. I actually, when I first watched anything Sex in the City is when the movie came out.
Okay.
I had never seen the show before. No. I'd seen like episodes here and there when it was on reruns, you know, things like that. But after the first movie came out, I actually went back and started watching the show, and I watched everything. And then the second movie came out, and now the reboot has come out now, and I think the reboot is fantastic. And the way that they've, like I mentioned, diversified the cast and introduced new characters and new friendships and made it extremely modern day. Like, things that happen in the show are happening to us now. You know, they talk about the pandemic. You know, for those who have seen the show, or you know, spoiler alert. You know, they some of them have kids. You know, things that Charlotte's going through with her daughter.
Yeah.
You know, or what Miranda's going through with her marriage and like her son. You know, so it's a whole new generation of things. And I don't think they realized that it was going to be such a LGBTQ like hit. Or like the gays would love it so much.
Think it's that much of a hit?
I think so, in the gay community. I think that a lot of the LGBTQ plus community love watching Sex in the City because they identify with one of the characters or multiple characters, and there's different things. It's like, you know, some days I identify as a Carrie or as a Samantha or Charlotte or Miranda. So I think when it was originally written, you know, it wasn't intended for that purpose because it was for white women who were growing up in New York. You know, really wasn't an LGBT.
No, and it wasn't inclusive,
audience.
And they didn't really touch on LGBT.
You know,
I mean, they all had the gay best friend, but that was, you know, that was all they had.
Yeah.
You know, I think that they roped us in, right? You know how like a crack dealer gives you a taste, right, for free, and then you want to keep on coming back and paying for it. I think that's what it was. They roped the LGBTQ plus community in because they had you know, the gay best friend, right? But also the fashion was so on point, right? The fashion was everything, and that was why I watched Sex and the City, right?
The New York Fashion Week.
With the New York Fashion Week, and then with the movies, just the elaborate costumes. You know, these were incredible gowns and beautiful, and you know, and the locations that they were on. You know, they were in Dubai. They were just incredible. Then they came back with it just like that, and I felt that they saturated the show with LGBTQ. Like, they just were like, we're gonna throw black in there, we're gonna throw trans in there, we're gonna throw non-binary, we're gonna make, you know, Miranda finally a lesbian full force. You know, it to me, it was just too much too fast.
You think it's too much?
It was just, I felt like they were trying to cross off all the boxes at once in every episode, Cal. That's what I felt.
Sometimes it does feel that way, you know, and it strays away from, you know, the original story. And I'm always the first to say that, you know, not everything needs to have an LGBTQ plus storyline.
No.
You know, and I always say that for a lot of things, but everyone watches everything and they're like, you know, they'll watch an episode of the Ninja Turtles and be like, well, there's 4 dudes, one of them has to be gay.
Yeah.
You know, like,
because he's wearing purple.
You know, not necessarily. You know, like, so we don't always have to interject that storyline, but I am happy that it's happening, you know, with different characters and stuff like that. But, you know, going back to Che, it's very interesting to see how her character has developed. But not only for Miranda, because she's actually a lesbian in real life, so I'm happy that she's able to play her authentic self now.
Truth.
And she's been able to direct a lot of the episodes and just like that. So she's able to be her authentic self now on screen. So I think that is really incredible for that type of character development. And even for her friends to be able to accept that for, a close group of best friends who have grown up together for, 20, 30 years and kind of move towards that acceptance and learning, what she's going through, in the next phase of her life. But, going back to Che, like that last scene, for folks who haven't seen it
who
yet.
Who cares? We're spoiling it all for you. I mean, God,
alert,
when Che got on stage and did a whole entire act about Miranda and about her relationship with this woman who thought she was straight and all this stuff, like she threw her.
It was
like
hurtful.
Through the meat grinder.
Yeah, it was really hurtful.
It really was.
And I get, comedians, everything in their life becomes material.
Yes.
But I thought that kind of crossed the line and it was very hurtful. But I think it was done in a way for Miranda's character to kind of see and open her eyes to, okay, you're exploring your sexuality, but this is not the person that we're supposed to be with.
Yeah, and that's it. And you see Che moves on to somebody else, and that's part of her her deal,
And it's part of Miranda's discovery of herself.
Samantha is back. She was back on the last episode. Again, if you didn't see it, you're spoiled. I'm sorry, baby. I'm catching you up, right? So
I wasn't really happy about that.
So they had Samantha in the last episode of the season, and it was her. It wasn't her on a phone. It wasn't her on speaker. Like it was, it was her in a car talking to Carrie that she couldn't make it to the dinner at the old place. And that's another thing. I miss good locations, right? They had to film this at the old apartment because they probably couldn't get another day to film at the new place. You know what I mean? And you could just tell. You could just tell. So Samantha was a part of it, but it was like not wholehearted. It seemed forced again, and that kind of made me believe. I mean, I know that there's rumors going around that she might be in some of it next season because it's been brought back for another season. But is it going to keep us on the hook again, waiting all season for Samantha to show up? Because again, Miranda is my least favorite. I get it. I'm lesbian. Woohoo! I should be happy. She's my least favorite character, and Charlotte is a close second. It was Samantha and Carrie that kept me there, and now that Carrie is the crying Aiden, I kind of can't stand her either, so I need Samantha back.
Yeah. And recently, Samantha's character, now I can't remember her name, her real name, we're just going to call her Samantha. Kim Cattrall, thank you. She was recently on ABC's The View promoting her Netflix series Glamorous.
Which is a great show. Watch it if you can.
Yeah, which is amazing. And they asked her about Sex and the City, and she said that HBO actually called her and said that, we would want you back. And Samantha said that she would only do it if it was done her way. So I don't know if that was just the 2 minutes that she was on the show. She wasn't with anyone else. What that means for the future, but hopefully it means there is a return of Samantha because I loved her.
I loved her too.
I loved her for the fact that I related to Samantha in the way that I was always the oldest person in my group of friends, and Samantha was the oldest person in that group of friends. So she brought a little bit of different perspective and wisdom, to her little wit. And I love that. I love that about her.
I love that.
So I hope that next season, and it has, and just like that, it's been renewed for a third season now. By HBO. So hopefully next season we'll be able to see more Samantha.
I hope so.
And less Miranda.
Yeah, I can even do away with Steve too. He's getting on my nerves too.
I love Steve.
Build your bar in Coney Island.
He's such a good guy, though. He's a good guy.
Okay, so maybe you should date him.
I would date Steve.
Okay, well,
but I won't move to Coney Island.
Nobody wants to.
What's the train? What is
Nobody.
the train?
It's the L or the N, all the way. And the only reason I know that is because when I used to drink, I used to fall asleep and wake up in Coney Island when I was trying to get to Brooklyn. It is what it is, right? You learn something new about FayWhat all the time. During a recent performance at MetLife Stadium, when Beyonce soared over the audience, she spotted a person in the crowd holding up a sign with the 3 words emblazoned on it and repeated the mantra started by actress Laverne Cox. Trans is beautiful. When these words were repeated by the singer, they brought fans to tears. The moment was so beautiful that Cox reposted the video of it to Instagram with her heartfelt message. Beyonce says trans is beautiful. What are we all talking about? Did you go to the concert?
No, I didn't.
We were the only 2 gays that didn't get to go.
This is such a good story, though.
I know.
To me, I think if you're ever in a moral conundrum, that are sometimes some ways to figure it out. And one is, what's the simpler message that comes from love? And what's the more complicated message that sounds negative and needs a lot of explaining? The fact that you can sum it all up.
That's it.
With Trans is Beautiful tells you that you're on the right side of history when you
That's
hear
it.
that. It just...
Right? It really does. If you had hair, it would be better, right? It would stand up.
It's gray. It's there.
Freaking waxed it.
No, I think this is
Beautiful.
a really,
It's
really
beautiful. And the wonderful thing about Beyonce and her platform is that like all kinds of people go see Beyonce. Okay, she's our queen, right? As the gays, but black, white, brown, Latino, all kinds of people go see Beyonce. So you see a myriad of different people there, all representing, and there are tons of people that are not LGBTQ and maybe weren't allies. And all of a sudden they hear their queen bee there saying trans is beautiful. That might be the first time somebody hears that.
Yes. Who runs the world? Girls. And we are very liberal with that word. All girls.
All girls, period.
Yes. If you call yourself a girl, run it.
Run it. Who runs the world?
Girls.
Girls.
Listen to that in the car, too.
After Param.
Yes.
Right. I love you.
And
we love you, Beyonce.
Before Troy Sivan's Rush.
You're really into that song, aren't you? I like the song. It's
Turns me
catchy.
on.
Listen to it. It's very catchy. It sounds like another song, which is the reason why I like it. I can't put my finger on what. The video is like a twink fest, and it's a lot of fun. That's all I gotta say. Season 4 of the drag reality series We're Here is officially on the way, but with one major twist that I'm super pissed off about. All right. So for the past 3 seasons, I don't want to hear you, Cal. I know that you're disagreeing with me. I can feel it in your face. For the past 3 seasons, the Emmy Award-winning series has seen Bob the Drag Queen, Eureka O'Hara, and Shangela travel across small-town America as they unveil stories from their own past and recruit locals to star in one-night-only drag performances while stirring up a vital conversation around LGBTQ+ rights in the U.S. But that's all about to change with co-creator Johnny Ingram unveiling a whole new lineup. For season 4, Sasha Velour, Jada Essence Hall, and Priyanka will be taking over hosting duties. But those aren't the only changes to the series. Instead of visiting a new town every episode, the queens will now focus on 2 U.S. towns over the course of 6 episodes. I am not happy with this change at all. What are we all talking about? This is garbage, Khaled. That's what I think it is.
Why do you think it's garbage?
Because when I think about like the most, again, top 10 most incredible drag queens ever to come out of RuPaul's Drag Race, Eureka, Shangela, and Bob the Drag Queen are 3 of the top 10 by far.
And I 100% agree with you.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on.
However, However, though, I mean, they're 3 amazing drag queens, but they are also doing amazing things. I mean, Shangela's been in movies, Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars, yeah.
Bob the Drag Queen was supposed to tour with Madonna, which her North American tour is being postponed. So they're doing such incredible things, and I'm all for kind of shaking up the cast and introducing kind of like a new breath of drag, because the other 3 queens that are casted for the next season, I think are also incredible. Priyanka's from Canada's Drag Race, and she's also from Indo-Caribbean background, like myself as well. I love Priyanka, but it also brings, this breath of, all these new drag queens who are winning RuPaul's Drag Race and all these other franchises to light and giving them a platform on HBO.
Yeah.
So that, it's kind of like one of those things where RuPaul's been around for how long now? How many seasons?
143.
Yeah. So it's like, look at the amount of drag queens that we have, winning RuPaul's Drag Race now, and it's like we just got to give everyone else a chance.
Cal, it's gonna suck.
It's not gonna suck.
It is gonna suck, honey. Okay, out of the 3, I don't know Priyanka. I don't know her, right? But she's gorgeous.
You're gonna love her. She was also in Glamorous.
Was she?
Yeah, you haven't finished
watching it. But you also haven't finished watching The Last of Us. Okay, and I've been trying to get you to do that for a year.
Because I was watching Glamorous, but Priyanka's in Glamorous, so you have to watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up that. Okay, Jada Essence Hall. Okay. Talented, right? But she bores me. Like, she's not interesting to me.
Give her a chance. Give her a chance. But I mean, it's just like the new Queer Eye. You know, they're in a city for the entire season.
Yes.
One city.
Yes.
You know, so, and it works.
Yes, okay, but the Queer Eye folks are in New Orleans for a whole season. You can be in New Orleans for a whole season. Vegas, you can be in Vegas for 3 seasons, right? But these guys go to like a small little freaking place somewhere that no one's ever heard of, that has like one 7-Eleven and a traffic light. I don't want to be there for 3 episodes.
You're going to love it.
I'm not going to love it.
I bet you. We're going to have this conversation again.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me how amazing the show is.
Okay, we're going to have this conversation again, and you're going to be honest, and you're going to say it sucks.
Yes. I love you, Priyanka.
I'm serious, okay? Eureka needs money. I mean, I hope she doesn't go to rehab again. That costs a lot of money.
It is, yeah. That's expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you abreast of the situation. All right. Again, it could also be that Shangela, Bob, and Eureka maybe cost a lot more money now, and maybe they're not available. Maybe that's it too, and they're not telling us that yet. You know, maybe that's the case.
They can get these 3 new queens at a cheaper price.
At cheaper price because they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally.
There's always someone younger and cheaper. Remember that.
I'm gonna remind you the next time you're obsessed over a boy. I'm gonna go. There's always someone younger and cheaper.
Exactly.
Something like that. All right. Well. Drag Race fave Jinx Monsoon, I love her, just closed out her summer-long tour of the U.S. and Canada, and the cherry on top was being recognized as a saint by the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Promoting the importance of living life as one's authentic self and as the original youngest MILF in the greatest Northwest, able to fit a whole peanut butter sandwich in their mouth. We hereby bestow upon Jinx Monsoon the canonization of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
The last stop on Jinx's Everything at Stake tour was her hometown of Portland, Oregon. And it was in Portland where she was granted the highest honor by the city's chapter of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, also known as the Order of Benevolent Bliss. Monsoon joins the likes of Dolly Parton, Sinead O'Connor, Madonna, and Cher, who have also been sainted by the sisters. Jinx Monsoon is sainted. Sainted. What are we all talking about? I love this.
I love it because we went to go see Jinx Monsoon.
Yes,
she came
all
down,
at stake, right? Yeah, I loved it.
When she was at the Coral Springs Center for the Performing Arts, and she even talked about how she was canceled from Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, because I remember that me and Cal bought the tickets to the show months in advance, and we were like, Coral Springs? Okay, something new, cool. Like we were thinking that we were like the first to find out about a new place, right?
Yeah.
Like the next happening place for the LGBT, Coral Springs. No idea. I've never even been to Coral Springs, right? And then we go, and the place is jam-packed with everybody from Wilton, everybody from Miami, everybody from Fort Lauderdale. And when she's on stage, she kept on shouting out Coral Springs. And I was like, wow, she's really in tune with this weird ass city, right? I'm like, geez. So then on stage, like halfway through, she says just that. She says that she was going to be in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and that both places canceled her because of the drag ban. Because of Don't Say Gay. They were afraid and they canceled her. So she was like, F this. I'm still going to cater to my peeps in South Florida. I'm going to go to Coral Springs.
Yeah. So, bravo to the city of Coral Springs, who did this. And all they did was just slap a 21 and over sticker on the poster. That's all they had to do. It was packed. It was a sold out show.
And it was a great show.
Everyone from Wilton, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, Miami, everyone came out west to Coral Springs, probably for the first time in their life.
It was true. It was. I'm like, where am I?
Where are we going?
No, and he was driving west for a while, and I'm like, where are you? Like, is this where you take a body to dump it? That's what I was thinking.
And I live out west.
But that was even more out west.
Yeah, it was.
Like, what is that swamp area? Everglades. Yeah, we were passing the Everglades. Okay, that's when people like chop people up and throw the people in there so the alligators eat them. That's what we were driving by.
Is that what we do in Colombia?
That's kind of what we do. We give them cocaine first and some coffee and that. Well, the FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 37 years, and Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. So it's Labor Day. Where are we going? We're going to the Big Gay Picnic today, right? Is that what we're doing?
I feel like there's a picnic or a pool party.
We're going to the My Big Gay Picnic. Look it up somewhere on Facebook. We're finding a bunch of queers and we're going to get a big old picnic basket and do it up. right?
I like that.
I think that's what we should do
Yeah,
today.
and enjoy the day.
And enjoy the day. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in South Florida.
No work,
No work
you know,
till tomorrow.
till tomorrow.
That's okay though.
Yeah, and I know like it's September now, which is kind of crazy.
I know.
So summer, I guess, is officially over.
It's gone, baby.
It's even
Yeah.
though it's still like 200 degrees
It
outside.
said, like I asked my Google every morning, feels like 103.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
Like my silicone is melting.
Yeah. But I'm excited because this is my favorite part of the year that
Is
we're
it?
getting into the holidays now.
Oh, wow.
Because we're getting into gala season.
Yes, it is.
Broadway season is back.
Yes!
The symphony is back. You know, opera season is back. You know, all of those great things that we love. All those silent auctions are coming back.
He's
And
a
the
silent
hol-
auction whore.
I am. I love it. I
Like,
love a good
seriously.
silent auction, and you know, I think it's just a happier time of the year. I think the weather hopefully gets a little cooler.
Yes.
People a little happier.
We have like 3 hurricanes coming our way, but we're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's
Everything's
time
gonna be
to
okay.
start getting ready for Halloween
Oh my God, you're okay.
because it's next month.
I know,
Faye.
but let's take it easy. Really, already?
What are we gonna do? What are we dressing up as?
We need like 3 different outfits at least, maybe 3 or 4. If you've already started thinking about your Halloween outfit, you're ahead of the game because I can't even.
Literally like next month,
Like,
and then
everybody's gonna be dressed as Barbie.
You think so? Barbie.
What else? Kenneth. Everybody's gonna be dressed
Yeah,
like that.
Barbie and Ken are big.
Maybe as a mugshot of Trump, people will probably dress up like that.
I hope not.
Maybe he's in jail
But
by
I
then.
think you're right. I think Barbie is going to be the winner this year for Halloween.
I can't think of anything
That was big.
that was bigger like that. But
Yeah.
we'll come to you with maybe some ideas for Halloween costumes. I can't believe you're talking about Halloween, man. It's the first week of September.
A month
But
away.
No, it's not. It's 2 months away.
No, we're in September. So we have a whole month to prepare. Then Thanksgiving's in 2 months. Christmas is in 3 months. Your birthday, then my birthday. We have New Year's.
Okay.
We have a
Let's
lot to plan. We
Let's
need
get
to
through
like
Labor Day.
get our calendars together.
Let's get through Labor Day. I hope you folks enjoy your Labor Day. Nobody goes after Adam Lambert's boyfriend and gets away with it without getting a lashing from the singer. In a powerful display of love and support, Adam Lambert recently took to Instagram to stand up for his boyfriend against a barrage of online negativity. The pop sensation addressed a distressing situation that arose after photos of the couple surfaced online, leading to a wave of derogatory comments from internet trolls. Talking about the boyfriend, he said, quote, he has wicked style and refuses to conform to the societal norms regarding his fashion choices, and quote, no one should mess with Adam Lambert's boyfriend. What are we all talking about?
Freedom. It's such a good, it's so cool to be able to not give a shit. And to just wear whatever the fuck you want, whatever you, like Sam Smith. Like he's on stage in full,
Red gown.
red gowns and
Yes.
whatever. And I mean, he's getting such flack. But who cares about these people? Like if they're not talking about you, then you're doing something wrong.
That's also
you know
true.
What I mean?
That's also true.
So
But you've got to be kind of like Teflon and just let the
you
shit
just gotta
slide off.
I mean, if you're gonna engage in an internet troll war with people, and they're gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Yeah.
It's really all about how you react to it. And I would say just wear more.
We're more keep doing you.
Wear more.
But it's ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I
Again, would you react? Do you if you get a hateful comment, do you engage?
You know what I say? It's so funny. I respond, I say, when somebody sends something really nasty to me, I say, congratulations. Somebody actually acknowledged your existence today.
Oh wow! And it was me.
And I mean, when I say that, it usually stops there.
Yeah.
But I just congratulations, you exist. I don't, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
People say some really, really
Horrible things, but again, like you said, hiding behind a computer,
What am I
hiding
gonna do?
behind. They're
You know
like,
what I mean?
what are you gonna do?
I
So-
wish I was like a Russian computer hacker, where I could be like, "Hello, John from Iowa. How's the basement?"
And you just get really
and then,
cool
totally
things to
freak them
interrupt.
out. You know what I mean? But
I would love that.
You can't do that.
No, you can't. But that's why you can't engage. But that's why, I love that Adam Lambert came out for his boyfriend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's, again, I don't read any of the negative comments that are sent to me. So send away if you want. But if someone's not talking about you, then it's also a bad thing. But don't come for my wife, right?
Well-
The second that you come for my wife, I lose my shit and start throwing tables.
I have done that with my ex was also in the industry. People were really and I was just I would do that a lot. I shouldn't have.
Now you know.
You should have just
In your
stopped.
wise 50s.
It's so. My friend said if you didn't give a shit about what was going on in your 40s or what was happening, you are really not going to give a shit about what's happening in your 50s. And I kind of think that's true.
I believe it. Well, go Adam Lambert. You take care of
That's
your boo,
right.
all right? Recently, tickets to Kylie Minogue's upcoming Las Vegas residency at the Venetian Resort's brand new venue, Voltaire, went on sale to the general public. Well, at least in theory, because it seems many people just came away with a whole lot of frustration. Since the residency's announcement last month, Kylie queers had been expecting demand to be sky high, considering the mesmerizing impact a Ba-dum has had over the hot gay summer, and because Voltaire only holds about 1,000 seats. However, from the reactions on the platform formerly known as Twitter, it appears the site was unprepared for the sheer volume of traffic. So close, yet so far. What are we all talking about?
Well, Luke is a Kylie guy.
Is he?
Yes. If you're watching this and you don't know, every gay man has their diva. We all have like our one favorite. Kylie is his.
Okay.
But he is for a
And
lot
from
of like
before.
British. Oh
And-
yeah.
And from before. Okay.
Yeah, from before. Because she, as big as she is here,
She's bigger in Europe.
yeah. UK, Australia. The
Especially
last
UK.
Australian RuPaul's Drag Race, the runway category was Night of Thousand Kylie Minogue.
Oh my
And they all came out
God.
dressed
I've
like
gotta
different
see that. I've got to see that.
The runways were not that good, but you should still see it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't understand this though, because they had so much traffic that it crashed, yet as soon as I could get onto the site, it was all sold out. So you can either buy like a ticket to just the show, or you can pay $2,400 each for a 2-night stay.
That was what I saw.
Yeah, so I think you can still do that.
I know, but I mean, who
But
has
look,
25?
I do not.
I don't have 2,500.
If I get
bucks like that.
$2,500, I'm redoing the kitchen. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm sorry. Is that like an old married
That was
gay
an old
man?
married gay thing for sure.
2,500.
But I co-signed though. No, and okay, hold
Because you're
on.
old and married too.
Because I'm old and married too, and I need my kitchen to look better. But also, there's the fact that we're married, right? So that's $5,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
Like again, you're not going to
not
Kylie
flights.
alone, and that's not flight.
I didn't just drive down for that. That's
2,500, and I'm not saying that she's not worth it. It's Kylie. We've been waiting for this forever.
totally worth it, but the distribution is homophobic, Kylie Minogue.
It is. Kylie, you need to stand up for your folks, like Tay did.
Yes, his name is Luke Pettit. He would like a private table. I don't even think he wants me there. He just probably wants to see you. Hook us up, girl.
Oh my God, Kylie, God, but 2,500. I hope that she knows somebody queer in her team has to. I don't know. It's just.
It's heart-wrenching.
It's heart-wrenching, I mean, because there are some diehards, and folks around our age are the ones that remember Kylie, back in the 90s and
Can't get you out of
supported
my
her.
head.
Can't get you out of my head. And now she's got new ones, with Padam, and it's like.
Every day I listen to Padam.
But that is everywhere, and it's on our list. It's on our Spotify. We listen to it in the car. It's at all the clubs,
Oh no, I don't think you understand. Play Padam Padam. Like it doesn't come up accidentally.
Oh, wow. Still not paying $2,500.
No,
All
ma'am.
right, next. It was less than 4 months ago that Kid Rock got so worked up about Bud Light teaming with transgender TikTok influencer Dylan Mulvaney for its Bud Light Easy Carry contest during the NCAA's March Madness that the singer tried to destroy 12 packs of Bud Light with a semi-automatic rifle. In July, CNN reported that despite his apparent animus for the world's largest beer company, he was still selling Bud Light at his Nashville restaurant. And recently, the rapper turned country rocker was pictured enjoying a tall, cool Bud Light at Cult Ford show in Nashville. We understand it's difficult, to a beer as good as this, but really, I thought he hated Bud Light. What happened? What are we all talking about? I'm so confused with
I
this
get
man.
confused with this also because I'm like, first of all, it's beer. It's disgusting.
It all tastes like piss anyway.
Yeah, it's
like
so
cold
whatever.
piss.
Like I don't drink beer, but how insecure do you have to be in yourself to get this riled up because Bud Light wanted to become more inclusive?
It had nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you. Continue drinking your beer.
Sell it at your restaurants.
Keep serving piss water.
Yeah.
Do whatever. People are going to buy it. People are going to drink it. That's fine. Whoever, you drink beer, you drink beer. But like, you're so fragile that Bud Light did a campaign to be more inclusive, to get more people to drink beer. You should want this. Like, it's more business, for you, like, to be able to appeal to the LGBTQ plus
the masses.
community. You know, like you're an ally. What is so wrong with that?
Nothing. And the worst part about it, like when all that came up, a lot of my friends down in South Beach found pictures of Kid Rock during the 90s with like the drag queens, with Wanda, that was like an incredible drag queen back in the 90s. And he was there partying with us. He loved the LGBTQ plus community, or it seemed, and then all of a sudden he turned into this guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, like how is it affecting you? It's not. It could have even given you more notoriety. Like, Kid Rock, you're Kid Rock. You don't even have like a good song or anything going on. You're in the news right now for hate. That's it.
It's not good. It's not good for his own image. It's not good for it's his popularity. And I don't understand also why all of these celebrities make a statement or a stance on these type of subjects when you're supposed to be inclusive of everyone. Like, everyone likes your music, everyone is a fan of you, but like now when you make yourself a fool like this to the public, it makes me think differently about even listening to one of your songs or watching you on TV or supporting you. Yeah.
Listen, on my Spotify I have that song Kid Rock Picture. Yeah. Sheryl Crow. I'm taking it off.
Yeah.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.